Hey there. Here's a quick video on how to get the Death Stranding based pack, equipment pack, installed on your avatar. So once you've downloaded the latest version, I'm recording this at the time of the release of V1.2, where we added the crates into the animation so that the crates will actually activate and deactivate based on having light load and heavy load mode for the backpack. So we'll go ahead and just go based off of that. So first thing you'll want to do is make sure that you have a version of Mochi installed. There should be the version of Mochi that I used is listed on the Gumroad page. It'll tell you which one that I used. Most Mochi's versions should be compatible with each other anyway. So if it gives you any it shouldn't give you any trouble. I'll go ahead and just start by getting the asset imported. So once you've downloaded it, right here, got Death Stranded Gear Pack 1-2. So once we get that imported, it's basically all drag and drop. I've already got Mochi installed on this project file, so it won't check that for me. All right, so what you'll be given is this folder right here. And each of the folders contains different elements like the animation files, the individual models, and then right here is the actual prefab itself. This is what we want. You're going to drag that right onto your avatar, and then drop that down, and you'll have a slot here called accessories. This is what we actually want on our avatar. So we're going to start by right-clicking Deathly Strandy Prefab Added Cargo, and we're going to unpack completely, and we're going to move the accessories onto our avatar, and we can get rid of Deathly Strandy Prefab. So you should just be left with this. Once you've done that, drop that down, and then drop down the death_stranded, or stranded underscore death. The reason that I did this accessories thing is because it's generic enough that if you want to organize things in the future or future packs that I will release, I'm going to try and stick to the standard so it's easier to organize all of your stuff under individual things here. So when you drop down the stranded death, you'll find a bunch of _TAR and then a left hand and right hand. So basically everything here. This all needs to just be reparented, and it's basically telling you where to reparent it. So once you've scaled the accessories based on, you want pivot and global up here on the top left. So with pivot and global mode turned on, you just want to scale it to where everything looks like it fits roughly as close as possible. And then you can detail move individual items like the wrist-forearm target for the cuffs. So we can kind of mess with that. Let's see here. And oh, there it is. Sorry. So once you get everything kind of positioned where you want it, there we go. See, that one's moving around. Oh, I know why. I'm sorry. Chiral cuffs constraint is unlocked. That's why. If you wanna move it around, make sure to relock all of the constraint settings. Some of these, this component, I don't know why it likes to unlock itself randomly, and I don't know why Unity has been doing that to me. But there you go. So now you can move it and fine tune it. So if you encounter that, that's how you fix it. But yeah, so you can kind of move this to where you want it. And then you can select the actual item. So let's say chiral cuffs. You can scale down the chiral cuffs themselves if you want it to be smaller and fit your arm a little bit better. So once you've kind of moved everything around to fit your avatar as close as possible, to your liking. You position everything using the targets down here, and then you can scale the actual items. We're going to actually start reparenting. So drop down your armature, and let's start with the spine. So the bone that's right before the chest is where we've got 2 spine targets here. We'll just drag both of those up under spine. And then we've got one for the neck. We'll just drag that into the neck. And then we've got the wrist-forearm target. So that's for this here. So we're gonna put that on shoulder right, upper arm, forearm. We're gonna actually put that on forearm, not the actual wrist, or not the actual hand, because at the moment it is stationed up above the wrist. So we want that on the forearm. Once we've done that, we want the individual hands of our model, and we're gonna bring BB pod left hand up on hand.l, and then right hand.r. Once you've finished that, it's now just a matter of using Vrchat Creative Companion's built-in tools, which you should be able to install through the Creator Companion here. So like go into Manage Project, you'll want avatars, emulator, and gesture manager all installed on your project, because we're going to use those. We're going to go into VR Labs, do Avatar 3.0 Manager. So we're going to drag our avatar onto the avatar reference here. So what we want to do is go into the animation folder down here for the Death Stranding pack. And we want the, this is the FX layer here, the DS animations. So we're going to put that, we're going to drop down FX, and we're going to merge it. We're going to add an animator to merge, and we'll just put it in that reference. Once that's done, merge on current. Once that is done, sorry. Then we'll go to the parameters tab and scroll down, and parameters to copy. We want this one right here, right next to it, DS param. There. Copy parameters. Once you've done that, if you want all of your toggles to what's it called? Save when you switch worlds, just check all these. And then you can also match your network synced to whatever your other stuff is done, so that it's because they're toggles. I don't think this matters as much, but you know, there you go. So I guess just keeping it consistent with the rest of your stuff, and the user seems to have that all checked. So once you've done that, you're basically you're done. That's it. The only thing left to do is add the menu to your presently existing menu. To do that, you just go into your the menu, the VRC menu here for the avatar that you already have, and you just add, and then call it. I'll just call this one Death Stranding. Keep it simple, and then drop down, make it a sub menu. Leave parameters alone. Go back into our animation stuff and the menus folder from our Death Stranding thing. And let's see here. So it is this one. So it's ds_primary_sub menu. So once we know that, we can go back into our menu. And here, open up the reference. We'll go ds_, and then it's primary sub menu. That's the one we want. And bam, you are completely done. If we were to test this, go ahead and give that a look. So by default, all of the objects are off. So we go into suppressions, Death Stranding, toggle gear, and you can choose which items you want to be active and worn at that given moment. So you can So you can kind of customize and wear what you'd like. So we've got the we'll just go through each one. We've got the BB pod. We've got a cargo pack, which is worn over here. You've got the Cupid, which is the necklace. It's got dynamics already set up, and then the chiral cuffs. Each of these items, except for the Cupid, has some customizable toggles and things to give you a little bit more than just props for decoration. For example, BB settings, we can move it to the hands, so you can actually hold it and detach it from your chest. And when you do that, it leaves the hard point here. So if you're wearing a suit, uh, you can keep that triangle locked onto your suit, and it looks like you're actually detaching it, like in the game. There's also a BB seat toggle. Nothing visually happens, but a seat appears in here, so people with very small avatars can actually jump in and become the BB unit. The cargo modes have something similar, except it doesn't move the carriage. It just changes how it's loaded out. So we've got light load, empty, heavy load, which has two, and then we've got the people carrier mode. Now, when you turn on people carrier mode, you've also got backpack seat. Same concept as the BB pod. There is a seat that's now active when you've got backpack seat on. So people can ride on this just like you would be able to carry people in the game. Lastly, the options for our chiral cuffs here. We've got cuffs loose. So when you do that, this switches over to a small set of dynamic bones. So that'll kind of hang when you detach the chiral cuffs. And finally, the BB pod. It has a shield. When you activate this, not only does it hide everything from the outside just like it does in the game, but on the inside, if there's somebody in here, they'll also not be able to see out. So it kind of gives it a little bit more immersion. And it also helps with motion sickness if somebody is wanting to ride around in the BB pod. That's it. I hope you guys enjoy the pack, and can't wait to see what you guys do with it.